the game that shall not be named.
The day before
Is still making headlines from Steam to Twitter, and oh baby, the craziness of the day after has proven way more entertaining than the game ever was. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and it seems to be coming in from all angles, and there's a lot to cover here. First off, thank you so much for your awesome support for my day before uploads. In case you haven't done so already, make sure to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. Likes, comments, shares are greatly appreciated. And before we dive into all the latest from the day before, a quick word from today's sponsor. Who isn't looking to boldly go where no man has gone before, especially during the stress of the holidays? And that's where today's video sponsor comes in.
Red Alert.
Star Trek Fleet Command lets you engage in epic battles with players from across the globe, drawing on over 50 years of Star Trek lore across all your favorite franchises. Recruit icons from the next generation, the original series, even the J.J. Abrams flicks. I mean, who doesn't want to be Captain Kirk? Star Trek Fleet Command is available for both PC and mobile, and is cross-play, so you can stay on the move while syncing your gameplay. They've also just added new missions, a new mode, and some iconic next-generation characters like Riker and, oh my, Deanna Troi. There's even a free special promo code for aspiring fleet commanders with 10 epic shards of Kirk. Check in the video description for my link. Use the code WARPSPEED or scan the QR code on screen to receive your starter pack. Promo code is available for new players only. And thank you once again to Star Trek Fleet Command for sponsoring this video. Coming to us from a variety of video game publications, we need to first discuss the topic of 8 points, because I'm receiving a ton of feedback about this one in the comment sections, and at least based on my sources and thorough research, I think a lot of incorrect theories are flying around out there. Alright, quick backstory for context. The Wild 8 was a top-down survival game developed by, you are correct, FNTASTIC, and entered early access in 2017. Funded by a successful Kickstarter program, this was the studio's first project, and overall on Steam, it still sits at a mostly positive rating. So overall, yeah, not too bad for their first game, but here is where FNTASTIC's track record of releasing and abandoning games begins, because shortly after release, and citing internal conflicts with their publisher, FNTASTIC sold the game to Hype Train Digital in late 2017, and then moved on to other projects. So again, based on everything I'm seeing here, FNTASTIC cut and run from the Wild 8 in late 2017, and has not been associated with that game since. However, once the day before crashed and burned, disgruntled players began using the Steam search tools. They clicked on FNTASTIC, that was of course associated with the day before, and they found the Wild 8, and began leaving negative reviews for that game, warning players off of the Wild 8 based on the scam FNTASTIC had just attempted to pull off. Because Hype Train Digital, the publisher and owner of the Wild 8, didn't want the negative press, they had the studio name FNTASTIC, which was still attached to the game, on Steam changed to 8 points. Again, as far as I can see here, and I take the research side pretty seriously, FNTASTIC is not attempting to rebrand over to 8 points. It was just a move by Hype Train Digital to distance themselves from the drama surrounding the day before. I know it was a discussion that ignited like gasoline on open flame. All the video game publications were circulating the story, but it seems that some, like Insider Gaming, have published follow-up articles correcting that error and doing their best to set the record straight. Remember back to the intro when I said the drama of the day after was far more entertaining than the game itself? Well, this next snippet embodies that statement. Reported on by Kotaku, Steam keys for this gaming disaster are being sold for hundreds of dollars. Setting that money on fire is probably a more fun way to make use of that cash, though, which, by the way, is a totally truthful statement, especially when we touch on this next subject. Now, further on in this Kotaku article, they state, "You thought we were done with the day before shenanigans? Think again. Currently, Steam keys for the troubled zombie game are being listed on unauthorized third-party key reseller sites for more than $300. Suffice it to say, you should not spend this much money on this game, or maybe any game." According to the website gg.deals, you've got GameIVO.com at $234, King Quen at just over $427, and likewise at G2 Play, also sitting at just over $427. And of course, all of this is super sketchy, incredibly sus, and a superb waste of money. As Kotaku states, you shouldn't be spending that kind of money on this game or any other game, and on this, they are of course absolutely right. I also received some artwork as the day before Discord and official community was kind of crumbling just after the FNTASTIC announcement that the game was shutting down, and apparently mods were given keys to the day before and prop night as compensation, which is ludicrous to say the least, and these mods were then offering them up for sale, overlapping with Mytona's Twitter announcement that they would be working with Steam and providing refunds to anyone wanting one. Now, you can do with your money what you want, but I would highly advise you do not spend $250 to $450 on a Steam key for the day before. Just don't. Because once you hear this next announcement, posted late last night from the official Day Before Twitter account, you'll know why. Dear community, we regret to inform you that the development company FNTASTIC has officially ceased operations, and as a result, the Day Before will be retired and the servers will be turned off on the 22nd of January 2024. As previously communicated, Mytona, as the investor, has been working in collaboration with Steam to facilitate refunds for all game purchasers. For any players that have not already had their purchase refunded, Steam will now proactively refund all remaining players. We extend our gratitude for the community's support throughout the project's life, all 4 days of it. Unfortunately, without a development team, we had no alternative choice but to officially close the project. We sincerely thank all our supporters throughout this journey and wish you all a happy holiday season. Okay, so typical of this comms team, a crazy message posted in the dead of night, at least it was here in the US. I would assume to avoid the inevitable blowback they deserve. Anyways, big pieces of information to take away here. Servers will be shuttered on January 22nd, and once that happens, you will not be able to log in and play the day before at all. It also looks like that $1 million Nitrado server bill was just going to be a bridge too far, and FNTASTIC is pulling the plug completely. There's also this really interesting bit about Steam now proactively refunding all remaining players, which hints towards Steam automatically refunding the game purchase price to anyone who hasn't yet applied for a refund. I honestly don't know. This reads kind of odd to me, like so many of FNTASTIC's previous communications. Is Steam actually taking the unprecedented step of initiating refunds even if someone has not applied for it? If so, the day before has just set another record for biggest gaming disasters in history. And then we come to the cherry on top of the sundae. Without a development team, we had no alternative choice but to officially close the project. Right. Well, we've seen this from FNTASTIC HQ the day before, whatever the hell they choose to call themselves today, spinning the subject matter around, gaslighting, outright lying, because of course there is no development team. You told them that the game wasn't financially cutting it and that you were shutting down the studio. You, brothers FNTASTIC, you let them go. We've got the receipts, Edward and Eisen. It isn't like all the devs just decided to walk out because even if they wanted to, we now know from first-hand dev accounts that they couldn't get out of the office because you locked them in. Now blaming the devs for the game's crash and burn and painting the picture that the day before can't continue on because of the devs is downright disingenuous. And at this point, it's exactly what we've come to expect from the brothers FNTASTIC. Remember to leave me any feedback you may have concerning the day before, and I will do my absolute best to respond. Remember to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. Likes, comments, shares are, of course, greatly appreciated. All my socials can be found in the video description below. Shout out to the nearly 188,000 of you that have stuck with me and hit subscribe, and a special thanks goes out to my Patreon supporters. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.